watchOS 27 brings massive new changes to the Apple Watch. That's why in this video I wanted to show you every single new feature, including the one that I'm sure you did not know about. Obviously the protagonist is Siri AI, which will change the way that you use your Apple Watch. But before, we've got a lot of new features to talk about. Starting off with the new dynamic app grid. As you can see, pressing the digital crown will now bring you to this new app grid. Instead of going directly to your classical home screen, you'll be greeted with this new app grid. It will show 6 different Siri suggested apps. The new Siri AI app will always live in the middle, and the other 5 will be suggested to you depending on your usage or maybe the last app that you open. Now, if you want to go to your classical home screen, you can simply tap on this little button right here and you'll be greeted with the home screen. If you swipe up on the home screen, you'll go back to the app grid, or you can simply swipe up just like that. Now, what's cool about this colored background is that it will actually change depending on your watch face. For example, if I choose this very colorful flow watch face that is yellow and blue and green, if I go to my app grid, as you can see, it will actually shift and change that color as well. Choosing your watch face and choosing a colorful watch face is actually important because it's just like choosing a home screen wallpaper on your iPhone, but on your Apple Watch. I think the flow watch face is the best example to showcase this off. For example, these blue colors will look incredible in the app grid, as you can see. Apple has also announced new gestures to the Apple Watch. So as you know, you can simply double tap and you'll go through your smart stack. And now you've got single tap. So if I tap simply once, you'll actually open the app in your home screen. As you know, you've also got the flick gesture to go back to the smart stack. I find this feature genuinely very useful if you've got coffee in your hand, or you're walking your dog, or you simply want to use your Apple Watch with one hand and you want to simply open up an app. Now, a single tap will open an app, which is super cool. Go back to the home screen. Now go back to the lock screen, all of this without actually touching my Apple Watch with 2 hands. Now, something to do keep in mind is if you go inside of settings and scroll down to where you see gestures, you can now deactivate or activate them. You've got the tap gestures, the one that I was just telling you about. And something to do keep in mind is if you have an Apple Vision Pro, you can actually ignore tap gestures when you're wearing Vision Pro. Because as you know, when you use a Vision Pro, you're using the same little taps. And this setting right here will deactivate tap gestures if you're wearing a Vision Pro. You've also got other gestures that you can deactivate, including the wrist flick, the one that I was just showing you like that, and the cover to mute. So if someone calls you by simply doing like this, you'll simply mute the call. Now, while we're talking about the smart stack, it's been highly improved because you now get new contextual widget suggestions. For example, it is currently very hot in my city and it's actually giving me a severe weather warning, and it lives right in my smart stack. The upcoming World Cup game is also starting, so it's showing up right here. And I love the fact that it's always recommending me different widgets. I've been using watchOS 27 for a couple weeks now, and I found this change to be the biggest change inside of watchOS 27. Obviously, apart from Siri AI. For example, when I was at the beach, it was recommending me to record an open water swim workout, which I always do when I'm at the beach. When I was at the grocery store yesterday, and it gave me a widget on where my car was parked. I was at the movie theater watching Toy Story 5, and it actually recommending me to turn on theater mode. And even when I was at the airport, it was recommending me to open my boarding pass. I feel like the smart stack was sitting at a very weird space. And sure, Apple lets you pin specific widgets, which are really useful, but I feel like the power really comes with the suggestions. If there are no widgets being suggested to you, make sure to activate it right here. You simply tap on widget suggestions and make sure to activate this toggle right here. It's definitely very useful. Apple introduced Sleep Score last year, which will basically give you a quick score 1 to 100 on how you've slept that night. Well, now if you go inside of the Watch app on your iPhone and scroll to the bottom where you see apps, scroll to the bottom where you see sleep, you now have a new toggle called Sleep Score Notification. So you can now get notified when you wake up to receive a notification on your sleep score. Now you can customize whether you want to be only notified when your score is very high, very low, or you can customize to get, whatever you want. This is great because maybe sometimes you sleep with your Apple Watch and you forget to check your sleep score. Well, this notification will basically simply let you read how you slept that day. And it's very nice that Apple lets you customize what you want to be notified for. Apple's also highly improved the performance and the battery of the overall software experience. For example, inside of Apple Music, there's faster music playback. Apps open so much faster, if not instantly. You've got improved Wi-Fi connectivity. You've got improved battery optimization. It simply feels like everything is extremely fast and snappy, at least here with my Apple Watch Series 11. Apple also fixed an issue with something that I had for years, and that is Find My. Previous generations, we had a Find My Friends app, a Find My Items app, a Find My Devices app, and the app was kind of confusing to use, but now meet Apple's new Find My app. As you can see, if I tap here on the left, you've got the 3 different options. I can see Find My People, Find My Devices, and Find My Items. You've got this beautiful new full screen design. You can use the digital crown to scroll through your different items, and it works extremely well. If you want to tap on a specific item, you can do that. You've got a couple of options. If you go inside of an item, for example, you can start driving to find your item, or you can even play a sound directly from your watch, which is super cool. You can scroll down, and you've also got a lot more information, very similar to what you find on the Find My app on your iPhone. You can see your lost AirTag, show contact info, notify me when found, when left behind, etc. You can also swipe up right here, so you can have a clear view of all of your different items right here. If you tap on the map and use the digital crown, you can quickly zoom out and zoom in the different maps, so you can see all of your different items. For example, my luggage and my backpack are in 2 different places. If I tap on this icon right here, I'll go back to my items, and once again, I can simply tap over here and see where my favorite friends are. I can see that Victor's home. I can also tap on this icon right here to sort the people by alphabetical or by distance. And once again, the same thing goes for Find My Devices. So you can see all of the different devices that you've got and where they are at all times. I absolutely love Apple's new Find My app, and it actually makes me want to use it so incredibly much. We've also got new upgrades to the Wallet app. So as you know, in the Wallet app, we can use Apple Pay to pay with our credit cards. We've got Apple HomeKey to unlock our doors with our Apple Watch. You've got Apple Pay, as I said. You've also got Car Key to unlock your car directly with your Apple Watch. And now what's cool about watchOS 27 is that we can create our own custom passes, and that lives inside of the Apple Watch. As you can see, I created this custom pass of a concert that we've got, including the row, the seat number. We've got pass details. We can even share our pass with my friends and family. Now, this is all thanks to the iPhone's new iOS 27 feature. Now, if you tap on the add icon, you've got a new create a pass icon. And if you tap on that, that will allow you to, well, create a pass. You can tap on continue. You can simply scan a QR code, or you can create the pass manually. You've got 3 different templates to choose from. You've got standard, membership, and event, and they are extremely colorful. As you can see, they're highly customizable. For example, let's create a birthday party invitation. Nikia's birthday. There it is. You can add the day, the time that you want. You can have different rows. You can have the location name. You've then also got this little icon right here, which will allow you to change the background color. For example, I can make it orange. I can also change the textures. For example, let's say I wanted glass or rays or beams. You can do all of that. Let's make it glass, and I want to have an orange look, and boom, once we're ready to go, I can tap on plus, boom, that will be added. This is my birthday invitation. I can now share it once again with my friends and family, and automatically, once you create it on your iPhone, it should automatically appear inside of the Wallet app. Let's see if it worked. Yes, it did. This is the one that we just created on our iPhone, and there it is. Boom. We've also got some upgrade if we talk about fitness, because now if we start, for example, an indoor run workout, 3, 2, 1, there it is. Let's just act like we're actually working out right now. Apple has actually improved the motion tracking algorithms for more accurate treadmill runs and walking distances. Now, this is a big deal because all of these new improvements are based on your Apple Watch, so you don't need an iPhone nearby, which is pretty cool. Also, the activity app gets a pretty small fix in a way. If you scroll it to the bottom, you can see how many steps you've taken, but there was an issue where the steps on the health app on your iPhone and the Apple Watch weren't synced together. So your iPhone would say that you'd have 5,000 steps, and your Apple Watch would say that you've got 4,753 steps. Well, your Apple Watch and your iPhone are now synced, so they'll always be displaying the most accurate information. Also, the sessions on your iPhone have also been improved. This is the activity app on the iPhone. If I tap on sessions, let's tap on this open water swim workout that I did the other day. And as you can see, you've got this beautiful new view that will provide you with all of your workout details, your effort, your stroke style, like all the information that you need, including the awards. But what's cool about this is this right here. You've got this beautiful new interactive map, which if you tap on this, you can switch between satellite view or the standard Apple Maps view. A lot of people don't know this, but if you actually tap on it, you've got this full screen view as well that once again you can quickly switch between the different styles. I can go back to my main view and also save this image. As you can see, this will be saved, so if you want to post a photo of you running, of your workout, or of your swim, you can save this image, post it, or do whatever you want, or this view right here. So if you want this view, you can simply do this, or if you want to have this photo, well, you can simply go on this view. So depending on what you are, whether on full screen or not, you can save those different workout images, which is pretty cool to post on social. For example, if I go on Instagram and I want to post a story, you could do something like this of my snorkeling workout, and I can tap over here and add an image. And with Instagram, you can tap on this photo and I can tap on this right here. And as you can see, I've got my open water swim workout thing that I saved. Boom, you can do that. I can add a GIF and add the activity rings. And I can add this sticker right here, which is pretty cool, which says close your rings. I can add a song and boom. What do you think? That's a pretty good Instagram story that you could do, right? Which, by the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, there you go. I'll give you 5 seconds to quickly find me. Nicky Esmelina, quick plug. Why not? Go follow me. This is just a screenshot for demo purposes, but Apple's also improved their cycle tracking features. For example, the cycle tracking app will now notify you if your Apple Watch detects that you have perimenopause. Now let's talk about the protagonist of watchOS 27, and that is Siri AI. Siri now has this beautiful new liquid glass animation and is obviously so much smarter. Siri AI now has world knowledge, so you can ask things like, when is Bad Bunny's next concert? It will open up the app and will let you know exactly the answer. You can read your question, read Siri's answer right here. It will provide you photos, different dates to my answer, and will even show you the source from the answer. You can tap on this little button to talk to Siri again, or you can mute the conversation if you simply want to read it. What are the upcoming World Cup matches?
There are 2 upcoming World Cup matches today. Argentina takes on Egypt at 6 p.m. and Switzerland faces Colombia at 10 p.m.
Did Spain win yesterday?
Spain defeated Portugal by a score of 1-0 in the FIFA World Cup round of 16 yesterday.
Who scored from Spain?
Mikel Merino scored the only goal for Spain in yesterday's match.
What was the possession like?
I couldn't find the exact possession statistics for yesterday's match between Spain and Portugal.
Will still give me the answer, which is cool. Who do you think will win the World Cup? Siri AI is saying that Spain will win the World Cup, which is good. As you can see, you've got full access to world knowledge. Siri AI on Apple Watch also has access to your personal context, so you can do things like, Yama told me that he was going to a hotel a couple months ago. Can you tell me what hotel he was going to?
Yama mentioned staying at the Encore a couple of months ago.
And there it is. It found an email from a couple of months ago saying that he was going to the Encore. How much is it for one night? I love the fact that you can have full-on conversations with Siri AI on the Apple Watch as well. You don't have to constantly be reminding on what you're talking about. Since Siri AI has access to that full conversation that you've been talking to, it understands that the hotel that I'm talking about is the Encore, so I don't have to remind her or him. You can simply say, how much is it for one night? And it will give you the exact answer. As you can see, 162 to 208. You can also use Siri AI with personal context to find you photos that you think of. For example, I want to find a photo that I took of Chenny with a bunch of magazines. She was like sitting on the floor. I have no idea on where I took it or when I took it, but I can simply ask Siri. Let's see if Siri can find it. Can you find me a photo of Chenya with a bunch of magazines? There you go. It's now searching photos and found 3 photos with magazines, and this one is the exact one that I was actually looking for. It is super cool how fast it can find images in your library. These images are obviously on my iPhone, but I can still find them on my iPhone and display them on the watch. Siri can now also take action for you and do things for you, and as crazy as this sounds, look at what I'm about to ask Siri and it will actually pull it off. I'll blur the answer just for obvious reasons, but just check this out. Send mom my passport number.
Ready to send my passport number is Parthimom using messages.
Isn't that crazy? And you can obviously not see my passport number right now, but I can assure you that's correct. And I didn't tell Siri what my passport number is, and I have no idea how it actually got that answer. It's crazy, but what I'm seeing right here is it found my number of a photo that I have in my library, and it understood that that photo of my passport is my passport number, and it grabbed that number and sent it to my mom. It knows who my mom is in my contacts. It's crazy how powerfully useful Siri AI is on the iPhone, but on the Apple Watch for actions like this, it is truly game changing. What were the shoes Robert wanted?
Based on your messages, Robert wanted the Nike Dunk.
It is so cool the fact that I can simply ask personal context information on the watch and it actually works. It's just so cool. Now, beyond the assistant, Apple has also launched its own Siri AI app, a dedicated Siri app, which will basically be the home for all of the conversations that you've had with Siri. And what's cool is that it actually backs all of your conversations from all of your devices, from Apple Vision Pro, iPad, iPhone, and even Apple Watch. For example, I asked this on my iPhone and it's obviously saved on the Apple Watch. It's giving me photos, giving me a different itinerary for a trip to Bali, which is cool. You can also pin conversation. For example, let's say I want to pin a conversation. For example, this upcoming World Cup conversation. I can swipe to the right and I can delete a conversation. So let's say I want to delete this. Boom, you can do that. Or once again, you want to pin. So you swipe up and boom, you tap that. And now I've now pinned my Bad Bunny concert conversation that I was just having. Now, what's cool about this is that you can also go back to the conversation and reply. So for example, I can simply tap on the microphone. How about Olivia Rodrigo's upcoming? And there you go. I didn't need to specify what upcoming thing that I was looking for. It understood that I'm asking for a concert of Olivia Rodrigo, and I did not need to specify anything at all. It understood all of that context immediately. Now, the Siri app is very, very simple. It will basically save all of your conversations. You can pin, as I said. You've got this little icon right here, which you can hide or show your pinned conversations. You have this little plus right here in order to start a new conversation with Siri. You can tap on this button right here in order to start the conversation or not. And if you do start it, you've got the beautiful animation, which is this one right here to start a conversation. So you can start a conversation right away. For example, how many days are left for Christmas?
There are 171 days left until Christmas.
Merry Christmas. And as I said, all of the conversations that were on the Apple Watch are also now on the iPhone. There is so much more to Siri AI. That's why I made an entire video just on Siri AI, how you can make it really useful. It's a full masterclass. If you want to really take the full potential of Siri AI, you can tap on this video. Or if you want to learn more of all the new features in iOS 27, and trust me, there are a lot, you can tap on this video right here. Hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.